Radio. Wrestling podcast featuring Ramen Bomber and Rab and the one and only Peanut. Woo! Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. Bitches.
I will powerbomb my dog through my fucking window.
Miz is, I say it again, he's like a modern Flair.
Daniel Bryan is unfucking watchable, in my opinion.
Now, what's amazing, though, is the crowd didn't shit on it, so it was good.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Jobber Radio, episode 38. Real deal here. And, guys, we got a trio today. We got a unique trio. I don't think we've had this trio. Have we had this trio yet? I am Jake, a.k.a. Bomber. I'm calling you guys the Outsiders. I don't know if I said that yet, but we got the Canadians. The Outsiders is what I call you guys. That's my own thing. We got, first of all, Lee. How's it going?
Good. I'd just like to say that our other co-hosts who are missing in action right now, Rack Discipline.
Dude, you have no idea. So many excuses not to be on the show today, but the other guy that did show up, Scott, what's up?
Hey. No, not much. It's gotten cold and snowy up here, but, you know.
Yeah.
Well, Lee knows. I don't know if you know.
God,
Yeah.
Snow. That's not fun. That's not fun. By the way, where are you guys at? Like, are you guys close? Are you far away? Like, how? I know you're both in Canada, but I don't know shit about Canada. Obviously, as
I
we
honestly
found out in the
forget.
trivia show.
We've said this before, but I completely forget where you are, Lee.
I'm in Nova Scotia.
Okay, I'm in Thunder Bay, Ontario.
So that's
like I'm think Duluth is where I'm positioned if you go straight south. Duluth, Minnesota.
So that's like 30-hour drive.
30-hour drive. So it's not too bad. Not too bad.
Believe me, that is bad.
No, that's very bad. If you're heading from Southern Ontario up here, there's a town called Wawa, W-A-W-A. They have signs saying we're last gas station for hours.
Oh my God.
Because it is. There's just trees and lakes after that for I don't know 12 hours of driving.
Well,
so it's kind of remote. Yeah.
Well, guys.
But anyway, that's your lesson.
Matt Zion decided not to show up because he is picking up placenta currently at this point in time.
That sweet, sweet placenta.
Yeah.
As he put it. So that, as I mentioned, that's been a goal for Reckless Eating for a while. So I can't really fault him on that. Apparently 2 hours in traffic. Who knows what he's doing with the placenta during that? I don't want to speculate.
They're eventually going to go too far. The human organs are going to come into play at some point.
Placentas. That's close. I don't know if it's an organ, but it's human like body. It's stuff from your body.
This is human placenta they're doing?
I assume so.
He never said.
I know women.
He did not say.
Stuff.
That's a good point. I don't know.
I had a reporter at my last station. She did we call them sweeps pieces, like a big package, like a 4 or 5 minute story where she talked about mothers who give birth and they eat their placenta to regain the nutrients and shit they lose, and it helps with the postpartum syndrome or something like that. So that's a real fucking thing.
That's literally something Matt has discussed if and when he has a child. It's like that's going on the show. But
that's what you eat your own though. Like this is somebody else's.
Wow.
I don't know.
I don't know. I presume it's animal now that you mention it, but he hasn't said.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's eating human body parts by a couple years from now.
Oh yeah,
they're gonna have some dude's arm.
Ladies, if you want to regain those nutrients, just have a fucking plate of ribs with some salad on the side or something.
I thought you were gonna just end it there. Have a fucking.
Have a good fucking. Have a good smoothie. Have a good smoothie. That has some good nutrients in it. But all right. Anyway, and if you're keeping track at home, Rab decided his voice is weak. He's a little under the weather. Peanut, I think his excuse is he's Peanut. I think that was his excuse, right? Yeah, that's his excuse. He's Peanut. But anyway, fuck those guys.
History will be made. It is a 3-man band.
History made. History has been made. So let's kick things off. I just want to recap Survivor Series super quick. I wasn't here in the last episode. I apologize. My internet was out. I've been dealing with internet issues for like a month and a half now. But anyway, it's running right now. I want to we didn't touch on who won the Survivor Series prediction contest that we did. And judging by when we made our predictions, everything looked so different. I was like, there's no way there's going to be a tie. But I shit you not, there was a tie for the winner on the Survivor Series pay-per-view. So not only was there a tie, there was a 4-way tie.
Wow.
For the win.
History was made.
Yes. Five of
Seriously?
us predicted. Rab, Bomber, Matt, Zion, Scott, and Lee. We all picked. Peanut, of course, didn't. And there was only one loser. That's the bad thing about this. 4 of the 5 tied for the most points. So, unfortunately, the one loser out of the group with a total of 2 points, that would be Scott. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
They went the complete opposite direction of everything we talked about.
Yep,
in so many ways. We kind of talked about it on the last one you weren't on. But I always put on Turning Heel Facebook page I run as well. So it's like I'm like, oh, here's what they're doing, and I'm like, what are they doing? Everything was backwards. The teams you'd expect to be there at the end weren't. It was just so weird, and SmackDown wins. Or what is it? Raw won the first 2 Survivor Series matches, so the third one kind of has no point, but still SmackDown won. At least I got that one. It was just so weird what they picked. And then, Goldberg and Lesnar.
And at that point, I was hoping Raw would get the sweep. I was hoping Raw was going to get the sweep. That would make things a little more interesting at least. But no.
But I'll never say, like, oh, I was wrong predicting it. Sometimes that's good. I don't want to have it be, like, so predictable. That's part of why Lesnar Goldberg was what it was. It's like no one saw that coming, and yet at the same time,
that's right. Lee was the only one who predicted Goldberg.
But the way you said it was like, no,
I don't remember that. I think
they wouldn't really. It felt like they wouldn't really do it. But how it all kind of came off was, I like being surprised. It's a good thing. It's good to have the story go the way you want as well, but that's only good when you like the story. When it's like, they're going to do this, that's going to happen, it's predictable. It feels lazy because you're not invested, so you don't care that it plays out.
Yeah.
But when they change it up, like I said in that prediction, I love me some Goldberg, but he's not going to win. That kind of sucks.
Yeah,
I think
we all said the same thing. Yeah,
awesome.
Except for me.
I'm happy about that. So
it's nice when the surprise is actually kind of cool too, where it's just not a cheap fucking swerve.
I didn't say this before, but we talked about Bizarro World for Toronto.
Yeah.
I forgot. We like our nostalgia more. We're the ones who chanted for Hogan at WrestleMania and turned him heel against The Rock in that whole match.
Sons of bitches.
We love Goldberg apparently too. So there you go.
Goldberg,
but Goldberg,
that's why
he looked amazing. Not gonna lie, that was pretty crazy. So
yeah, I was not here on the show to argue. I'm glad Lee was here to defend too. That he enjoyed the show. I'm not gonna go break down on the show, but I'll just say that I thoroughly enjoyed the show. I thought it was definitely one of the best, if not the best, pay-per-view of the year so far. I really enjoyed each of the matches.
That's the big ones.
Yeah, I think I enjoyed almost every single match. I can't think of one that was really like a downer. Like even the women's Survivor Series match was good. I don't know about you guys, but the tag team match, I love the tag team Survivor Series match. But
yeah, I think this has been their strongest one this year outside of the NXT stuff.
Well, of course, NXT's on. Yeah, that's always going to be up there.
Now, I want to throw something out real quick on the fallout of all that, because when we talked last time about that, we were like, I like that this happened with Lesnar because it's going to reinvigorate things. And it is. We've seen already. We haven't seen him yet. He's been on a live event. That's about it. But Heyman's come out and talked, and it's been great stuff. And it's like, Goldberg's in the Rumble. Well, then so's Lesnar. I'm like, okay. Okay. Here's what I like, because we were like, oh, it should have been Joe or someone like that, and I still think that. But here's where I'm like, let's start thinking, because Goldberg and Lesnar are confirmed for the Rumble. That's absolute, and they're probably not going to fuck it up like they did with the whole Reigns Lesnar, where they don't have them fight in the Rumble after the whole build up. They'll do it because that's the point.
They have
but
to,
now over in NXT, Joe was NXT champion when we last talked, and he lost it to Shinsuke, and then he lost the cage match. So Shinsuke is champ again, and Joe lost his rematch, and they're having a mini tournament for the new contender at the San Antonio NXT before the Rumble. Joe's not included. My brain just goes, put Joe in the Rumble, have him interact with all that.
Interesting.
Have Goldberg or Lesnar come out and start wrecking people. And then the other one comes out and they wreck each other and wreck anyone who comes in. But then Joe comes out and it's like, oh fuck, Joe's here. Oh shit, he's here for this. Oh, and we still get our moment. And then he gets to take out maybe both.
Now, that would be sweet if it took out both, but oh my God, if they put Joe in the Rumble,
right?
And
yeah,
Joe,
it makes sense.
Now that sounds great on paper, but listen, if they put Joe in the Rumble and Joe gets eliminated, I see all the same motherfuckers who went ape shit over Daniel Bryan. I see those same motherfuckers that would go ape shit again.
And AJ, he'll be fine.
It won't.
It won't be AJ in the January. It's like,
AJ
God, he's eliminated. No, he was
here's
the shit. He was legit. This is the guy. Oh, you eliminated him. Why would you put him in then? Because 29 people got to go out, and it's like he's champ now. He's fine. So Joe can come in there and have a brutal night. It's like Vader back in the 90s. He brutalized people, got him over. Yeah, he got kicked out, but it's how you make people sometimes. That's why Diesel was a fucking world champion after the 94 Rumble. It works. That'll be Joe's coming up party, I think.
Yeah. Joe can come in and eliminate a bunch of big names, and even if he gets eliminated, even before the Final Four or whatever in the fucking Rumble, he'll still be made right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's time for them. So.
Yeah, if he could come in.
So we could get our cake and eat it too, is all I'm trying to say. Like, Lesnar did it. Like, Goldberg did it. Yeah, but it's not over yet. And Joe is.
Thank you. Perfect. Can you guys, talk to Matt Zion and let him fucking know the world has not ended because Goldberg beat Lesnar?
Well, Matt, I've told him this. He goes too far, and they'll never do that. But then they do. It's like, his points make so much sense, but it's like, give him benefit of the doubt sometimes. He's been burned a lot. So have I get it.
Sure.
But have some faith and hope. You got to hope a bit.
Yeah.
I'm even more cynical about the WWE I think than the rest of you guys, and I still really enjoyed Survivor Series. So
yeah, thank you. Yes, it was a good show. That was a good show.
History has been made.
Yes, it has.
Yeah.
So
now, what's amazing though is the crowd didn't shit on it, so it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
The crowd
too.
If the crowd shit on it and booed at it, it would have been like, oh, what the fuck? But no, they loved it.
Mm-hmm.
It was a minute and a half, and okay, all right.
Yeah.
Do more of that. Like, you can't fault the audience that was there paying for it. They're the ones who paid travel and shit to get in there. It wasn't a $60 pay-per-view. These were hundreds of dollars to get there, and they had fun.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. It seemed very short-sighted, but at the Rumble, they can turn things around and go long-term with stuff. So.
Yeah. Either way, I thoroughly enjoyed it, but we talked a lot about that on the last show, so let's go a little bit into TLC and stuff. But before we get to TLC, I was at Raw Live in Charlotte last week.
Woo! Sorry.
Well, yeah, not this week, but this will come out on Friday, Saturday, or whatever. So it was the one in Raw, the one where Charlotte and Sasha Banks fought for the title. So yeah,
no DQ.
No DQ. They came out. The whole time I was like, they got to be the main event. They got to be the main event. They got to be the main event. And then they came out early. I was like, what the fuck's going on? I was like, why are they not the main event tonight? And thank God they did the whole double count out. Mick Foley came out and restarted everything. The crowd was like everybody. I don't know how it came off on TV. I haven't watched it. I don't DVR anything. I don't have cable. But the arena seemed to they were really into the show. I don't know. Did you guys watch it?
Yeah, well, they seemed into it.
They seemed into it? Good.
Here's what I like the best about that main event, just to throw this up before you go any further. They weren't like, oh, history's being made here with the women's main event on Raw. No, it just was.
Good.
Yeah, that's what I've been wanting. Don't point it in our face saying, look how cool this shit is. No, just have it be that. And then look at it later and be like, hey, remember when they were main event on Raw? Yeah, isn't that great?
Mm-hmm.
Just fucking have it be that. Don't tell us history will be made. Just make history.
Exactly. You don't tell the viewer that this is the greatest thing ever. Like remember the dying days of Monday Nitro, where every show
this is the greatest night in the history of our sport.
Yeah. It's like fuck off.
Now that worked for a little bit when the NWO was doing things. You're like, I don't know what this means. Maybe it will change the direction of everything. Then it's like, no, that's what they've been saying for 3 years now. But it was a main event. It wasn't the fact of they were the Hell in a Cell main event or the Raw main event or the whatever. It just was.
And man, it was.
And that's how you make it matter. You just have it be that. Because if you have to point out how special it is, that's why it's there, not because it deserves to be.
And man, it was good. It was.
How was it?
It was good. It was. I if you guys have been listening to the show for a while, you probably know that I haven't been the biggest fan into the women's wrestling. I have been trying to get into it. I've been a little bit slower to dive in with all the revolution and all this shit, or the evolution, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But man, that was a great match. They went all out. When Sasha got the Kendo stick and started beating Charlotte with it, Charlotte looked legit like she was getting pissed, and she was like trying to throw her legs up. You could tell something just seemed off. And she like tried to like just do one of those weird like just run and just grab her kind of things and throw her down. I don't know if that was planned or whatnot, but it all seemed really really genuine.
And that's the beauty of it,
yeah.
though.
Yeah,
Like if it wasn't planned, they got you.
Yeah.
If it wasn't planned, it helped.
Yeah, dude, it was everything about it.
A lot better than Carmella's kendo sticks to Nikki.
Yeah.
Those were bad.
Why would they do that right after that? Oh my God! Use a different Jesus Christ! Why use a kendo stick after they just used it on Raw?
Yeah,
a week before. Oh my God!
It's a cardinal rule, really. Like it's one of those things you don't do in wrestling. Like if someone else used a gimmick before you don't use it right afterwards. Like even if it's
that even happens. Later. Like some of the matches you'll see like a lot of bloodletting in one match, but then the next one's a first blood match. It's like, oh, why? And that goes to Zion's point. He was talking about this, how he hates how a TLC show has a ladder match and a chair match and a table match and a no DQ match, which allows those.
Yeah.
And then a TLC match, like because he's not here to talk about that. But I get that. I like the idea of having this stuff, but it's the same with Hell in a Cell. A cell match should be what uses to end a feud, not just what you do in October.
Yep.
And did you hear for Roadblock that it's the Iron Woman match, Sasha and Charlotte? Okay. They originally wanted it to be a steel cage match.
Oh, no.
Why?
Iron
you already had a cell.
Better.
Really?
Yeah, exactly.
Why do you want a cell with no roof? Why do you want a cage? Why?
Yeah,
That's backwards.
That
is fucking backwards.
And I fucking hate WWE cage matches. I hate the escape from the door rule.
Yeah,
I think it's absolute garbage. I've never liked it, and the super contrived spots that they do with the door once in a while, I fucking hate those too.
Yeah, so it's good to see these girls get the main event, and it's awesome to see them actually using it, and it works. Mm-hmm. And I mean, you saw a title change live.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. I don't know what it is. It seems like all the live shows I go to, I'm either the luckiest or unluckiest person, like, as far as history goes. I've seen so many title changes. The last time I was in that arena in Charlotte was when it was the Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar Iron Man match when the title changed hands. It's been so long, I don't remember who won. But
that was a random SmackDown one.
Yes, it was SmackDown.
Yeah, that's how a few times that happened.
And it was a great fucking match, and it changed hands there. That was... It's of course a couple the few CZW shows I've been to.
You saw history made.
I did, yeah. And according to Mick Foley, it was the end of the Sasha and Charlotte battle, which of course not. Of course,
no, it's the end. Like it's Orton Cena.
I know.
Yeah,
I talked about now. I'm sure we're going to talk about trading the title as well. That's a thing. But this feud seems to be going like Orton Cena, where it's like it's good, but let's move on. Yeah. No, more. And that kind of plays back to what I said last time, too, about how they'll capture lightning in a bottle and then just drag it on beyond the moment. And they're doing that here. It's like, look how good this feud is. Stop.
The thing is, they had their out because at Survivor Series, it looked like they were pivoting away from that when they had Charlotte attack Bayley. I thought,
what happened to that?
I don't know. I don't know. That's the thing.
But now, the title change, I'm just going to jump into it. The title changing again. Mm-hmm. I'm not opposed to it, because at first it was like, why bother interrupt Charlotte's reign?
Sure.
Just to give it to Sasha. And then Sasha got it back, and then Charlotte got it back. It's like, well, why are you giving it to Sasha? But then she got it back again. It's like, okay. 3 reigns each for them. They're the only ones to hold this title. Yep. Not really defended against anybody else, except Bayley was in that triple threat, I think. Mm-hmm. And I think it actually elevates it a bit, because it makes it not just a title that Charlotte has and everyone's below her. It's... Sasha's up there with her. Now they got to get someone else in there, and like I said, they had it with Bayley. It makes me think a little bit of a Ronda Rousey situation where it was her and everybody else who can't do it but tries. It's like no, after Ronda lost, it went to Holly Holm, who lost to Misha Tate, who lost to Amanda Nunes. Suddenly, 4 people have had it, and it's like, oh, they're all legit. Are they as good as Ronda? We're going to find out soon because she's coming back. But that's what this is. These girls are, I keep saying girls, that sounds like I'm being derogatory. The women, the divas, they are elevating it, but hot potatoing it can be bad. I wasn't a fan of the Triple H Rock stuff. I know you were going to go there. But I wasn't a fan of that, but it made them both look like legit champions because, to Zion's credit, he always says, anyone should be able to beat anyone. It doesn't devalue the champion, I think. It just shows maybe they got their number this time. They have each other's number. Oh, okay. It just makes it interesting. And it makes it good to watch.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say, seeing title changes happen frequently can help in the sense of you don't know if they're going to win or lose, instead of, there's no way they're going to lose.
Yeah, every once in a while you can book it that way, where frequent title changes between like 2 or 3 people for a short period of time, a couple months stretch or whatever, that can work to actually build the title. I generally frown on it, but sometimes they can make it work, and it is kind of working here. And again, I'm not just like I'm not the biggest proponent of the WWE product. I'm not the biggest proponent of women's wrestling so much if it doesn't involve Asuka. But I've been enjoying this. So
yeah, and I also huge person into title histories, title reigns and stuff, and I love long title reigns. And this like screams like everything should be bad about this to me, but it's not like they're going out there and they're having okay matches. They're going out there, they're fucking putting on amazing matches. They're doing great things, and they are definitely the best of the best right now. So I mean, shit, I can't hate on it too bad. And at the arena when it happened live, I was like freaking the fuck. I was like, holy shit, that just happened. And then as soon as I loaded up Twitter and like looked to see what everybody's saying, and Twitter was blown up with, oh, this is bullshit. Oh, fuck this. Titles, nothing but hot potato, just flipping around. Like, this is horrible. I'm like, this was awesome. Like,
no, they're fighting over the title and beating each other, and it matters when they win and lose.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody beats Charlotte's angry face when she loses the title.
No, and she looked destroyed. Yeah.
And they've done the same thing successfully with Miz and Ziggler as well.
I was going to say Miz and Ziggler was a good example of that too, where it actually made Miz more interesting, but then they put it right back on him. So what's the point? No, it showed that like he will go after it and succeed. So even if he loses, he's not out of the picture. And Joe and Nakamura, similar there. They went back and forth, and that's not happened at NXT before.
Yeah, that was the big surprise there. Yeah, that was shocking.
Yeah, it's always NXT guy loses title to other NXT guy, then loses rematch and leaves NXT. Well, no, Joe won the rematch. Yep. Shit. Well, then Nakamura won the rematch. Yep, oh, fuck. Well, they just changed everything up. So it actually makes the thing evaluated. It's worth fighting over.
Yeah.
That's good. You want that. And it's good when it's actually possible to change. Makes people tune in, makes people watch live shows. And I want to say over on the SmackDown side, with Alexa winning over Becky, one of my few wrong predictions, even though I figured Alexa would win. The first SmackDown episode had Alexa beat Becky clean in the middle of the ring. It was Becky or Natalya, someone, but Alexa won. But then she lost first in the 6-woman match. Yeah. But it's that attitude of Alexa's, they established early on she can win.
Yeah.
She could win the title. And she won a table match. It's the Sheamus Cena effect here.
Yeah.
But I thought maybe Becky would be able to pull through, but no, it was too much for her and she lost. Well, now Becky's pissed and livid and going after her. I'm like, yeah, good. She wants the title back and to beat her up. Sometimes just not having a title and wanting the title is all you need. You don't need goofy reasons beyond for some of these fights. They just want to be the best. And I like that the women's programs are the strongest in that right now.
Yeah.
Like Owens is the list and, oh, you've offended me, and Reigns just wants 2 belts. But Becky is driven to get that title back from the tiny woman who beat her through a table. It was a fluke, and she's angry, and it's all good.
Now, super quick, before we get into the TLC, first of all, Jericho on Raw. Jericho's fucking great. Jericho is so fucking good right now.
Remember earlier this year when people were like, even we were like,
I was so
really
mad.
Doing this on purpose? What the fuck?
His matches, I still like. I'm still mad at his whole feud with Dean Ambrose. I still feel like
And
that
AJ,
sucked.
even.
And AJ
Like-
was worse. AJ was even worse, and AJ is the best fucking wrestler going right now. So I'm still mad at that, but man, he is making up for it by a mile right now.
It almost
And
makes
his
it seem like
acting.
that was on purpose to bring this about.
Yeah,
and
he's so good.
would he take credit for that? Sure, he would. Was it intentional? Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Like, he seems to have accepted now that he can't quite go with the younger talent the way he used to be able to go.
Good.
Like when he was working with Ambrose and AJ, it seemed like he was still trying to put on like he was in New Japan or some bullshit, you know, like he was still trying to work that style. And I think he's kind of realized now that no, I'm the old heel now. I gotta fucking sit back and rely on the old heel tricks and work a smart match.
Yep.
And get heat.
And he's doing it similar to what Shawn Michaels did when he kind of came back. And not quite the old heel, but just the older. Like he'll do the spot here and there, but it's still like a slower pace version.
Yeah.
It's funny how much he's emulated Michaels over all time, but it really is that. Like he probably learned that from him, for crying out loud. So
Yeah.
And see that was fun to watch, but that built into the whole, of course, the Owens and Reigns match, which if Reigns won, he would get the shot at Roadblock, and of course he did win. Now I took my girlfriend with me, and this was her first time going to a WWE show. I've taken her to a CZW show, which by the way she enjoyed that. But this is her first time going to a WWE show, and what she liked and what she didn't like. She told me the match that she didn't like on Raw was the Owens and Reigns match. Now, that may have been in part because I don't know how it was on TV. I didn't see exactly when the commercials were on and off, but Owens had Reigns in a headlock for a good 10 fucking minutes, it seemed like.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. And the crowd. See, the thing is, the crowd they were still eating it up. They were chanting, they were screaming. It wasn't really a downtime, but for somebody watching for the first time and stuff, I can see how that would definitely be a downer. That's one of the matches she didn't like. She loved the women's match, but I think anybody can agree that the women's match is great. But she did not care for the. How did that look on TV? Did you guys see the Reigns and Owens match?
I did not see.
I
it
saw
myself.
bits, so they didn't include a 10-minute headlock. So
They were on that mat for 10 solid minutes. It seemed like.
Did they do any work with the headlock, or was he just basically rest holding him?
It was like
waiting
a-
through a commercial.
It was like a rest hold, but Reigns would start to come up, and everybody would start doing it. They would scream, they start chanting for him, and then Owens brings him back down, and they just start booing, and and the crowd was, like I said, was eating it up. So they were working the crowd by not doing anything, which is, I mean, I guess if you can do it, do it. But
See, I got no problem with a headlock spot, but I mean,
yeah,
you got to work it. Like if you know how to work it right, you can have the crowd eating on your palm of your fucking hands.
And they were. I mean, the crowd was good. The crowd was great that night. They were feeling it. But it was just interesting that was like one of the two top matches, and that was one of the ones where she didn't care for it. She liked. I think she said she liked the Rich Swann, and who the fuck did Rich Swann?
Was it? Oh, was it?
I think it was Daivari or something. I don't.
No,
that was
Daivari.
Daivari.
Yeah, it was the other guy. I actually watched that match today.
Was
I
it
can't
Dar?
remember. Yeah, Dar. It was Dar,
Dar,
wasn't it? Yeah.
That might have been who it was. Yeah, she enjoyed that
Yeah.
match. She likes Rich Swann.
Oh, and by the way, having the Cruiserweight title defended on the first episode of 205 Live, if we got to talk about it, I would like, it's changing hands. They always do that.
Yeah.
The first main event had an IC title change. The first SmackDown Live had a change. The first everything had to change. Of course it will. And it did. And it was to Rich Swann, who we talked about last time would be perfect champ, and he is. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I have one thing before we get into TLC. The whole Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens roadblock. What the fuck?
That's one where I will say they kind of gave it away, because I've never been a fan of if you beat me, you get a title match. Because you're literally going to say, watch this free match, and if he wins, pay to see him try again to do something you saw him do already.
Yeah.
No.
I don't believe in non-title matches. It's something I hate.
And
I also hate the fact that, because the bad guy could be like, fuck it, I'll just lose right now and beat him later. So
Yeah.
what's it matter?
And
I mean, I'll lose to a guy I know I can beat because I can beat him later. Whatever. I never like that. I'd rather be a number one contender match. For fuck's sake.
I mean, Kevin Owens, I mean, honestly, when you look at it, he could just walk out at every match and just get a count out and still keep his title, or he could hit a guy with a chair and keep his title.
Well, that'll happen until they're like, you can't do that this time. Now you got to do this, which fine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, I mean, Roman, it's one of the throwaway ones. They usually do either creative ones you'd never expect, or throwaway ones. You're like, whatever. I don't think there's any chance Reigns walks out as champ. I personally
confused by the subtitle of the
end of the road,
end
or
of
end
the
of the
line.
line.
Like, what the fuck does that mean? Like,
I don't.
Reigns and Owens end of the line. Like,
yeah, it's Roadblock end of the line. The only thing I can think of is because they already had a Roadblock this year, so they want to call it something different.
I guess
because they have
next year
Roadblock.
going to be something different. I mean,
No, it just might be that's what Roadblock is now.
Yeah, it just sounds like
Because they already had a Roadblock 2016.
It just sounds like a stupid writer, because that's how they come up with these names. Their writers just pitch, like they come from the pool of writers. They pitch multiple names, and that's the one they picked.
End of the line, yeah, but the Rumble's coming up. And
Yeah.
WrestleMania. It's not the end of anything. It's
No.
the end of the year. So let's bring back Armageddon.
yeah.
Bring back Vengeance even.
Armageddon's
Also,
good.
by the way, weird thing to have SmackDown exclusive TLC and Raw exclusive Hell in a Cell. That seems odd. Why does Raw get the cell but SmackDown get everything else? I don't understand the logic. Are they going to trade every year or what?
Oh, hell no.
We'll find
Raw's the A show.
Well, because remember, Clash of Champions was every Raw Championship. Well, yeah, so was Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
That also
out.
had every Raw Championship, and I don't. And so will Roadblock. I don't understand.
So let's get into TLC real quick. What I know we got some stuff wrote down. What are some of the things you want to talk about? Like, are we
I
going,
think they're wasting American Alpha on the pre-show.
Yeah.
Personally, they should have been the first tag champs and been running crazy roughshod and everybody like Steiner's would have been, because now they're just a team that can't get it done.
Yeah,
and that's the worst thing. You want to save their big win? Yeah, who cares about their big win? They can't win.
Yeah,
It's
when
dangerous.
they're just mixing them up with everybody else, and they're just going to get lost in the shuffle with all the other sort of B teams that are doing the opening preliminary match that no one sees.
That's my main takeaway. I already mentioned Alexa, which cool. Corbin's a dick, cool.
By the way, I want to talk about that match real quick.
That senton sitting onto the chairs was pretty great.
Dude,
I liked
that
that match.
That was a good
really
match.
did like it.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's too bad. It looks like Kalisto's just going in Jobberville now. I wish they just stick him in the fucking cruiserweight division, get it over with, because he's wasted on being just basically getting the Rey Mysterio World Championship treatment here, where he jobbed to everybody.
The worst part too is it's got Corbin picking on the little guys, but he's having trouble with them.
Yeah,
that doesn't help him either.
Yeah.
If the whole idea is that he should be able to just do whatever. And they even said on the commentary that the chair's an equalizer. Now he has an advantage. No, equalizer means equal, not advantage.
Yeah, and it still took him like 15 minutes to take out Kalisto. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
tag titles finally happened, at least. So
yeah, I will say though, like I did enjoy that match. I like Kalisto's fire. Like he had some good babyface fire there. Like this is like the first time I really kind of took notice of him, honestly, in a match. Like actually, it was kind of he's actually pretty good. I'm actually liking. He didn't botch anything. It was pretty fun. And then he lost. And I mean, I'll even say Corbin looked better in this match. He still needs to shave his fucking head. I'm glad he's not wearing. I'm glad he's not wearing mustard colored pants anymore. But his work looks a lot better now. So
I've never been huge. Obviously I've never been huge on Baron. I've never liked Baron. Period. Yet, I still feel like he's been nothing but a fucking waste, and I had never liked him. But this match was good. I can't discredit anything he did. Kalisto did good. It was, to me, overall, good match. I did enjoy it. It was good.
Mm-hmm.
Good spots. But yeah, tag team. You want to talk about the tag team match?
I mentioned the women's title match quite a bit.
The women's title. Be honest with you, as soon as I saw this match come on, I'm not gonna lie, I was not interested, and I took off to go grab food. I'm sorry.
I've documented. I like Becky. She's probably my favorite, and I figured the storyline was her overcoming the odds. but maybe she'll succumb to them. And I mean, that's good. And legitimately, I'm like, it could go either way.
Yeah.
I felt that way about the whole card. I'm like, this could go either way.
Yeah.
I like that. I like not knowing. Kind of neat.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, it was good. My biggest drawback from this, other than the sort of thing that I'd echo with Matt, where I just honestly I hate the whole gimmick of the pay-per-view. I'm not a big fan of ladder matches in general because I think they're always worked illogically for the most part, where they just don't make sense, and I just find them stupid. But the biggest takeaway I got from this is I fucking hate that 4-man commentary team, man. Jesus Christ, they were killing this show for me.
Who did they add on the desk there?
Wasn't it the guy from NXT? I think
Corey Graves? No, he's on Raw,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
No, it
Graves
wasn't Corey. It wasn't Graves. It was the other guy. I think Todd something.
Yes, I forget his name, but yeah.
Yeah, but he was terrible. The rest of them were basically terrible together. There was no real chemistry, and it was 4 people talking. Like, I don't need 4 people on a commentary booth. I need 2 people. And that's it. And this wasn't doing it for me.
Yeah, because even Raw has 3.
I mean, you had Mauro Ronaldo there, and he's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
but he can't overcome 3 other suckholes who are bringing him down. Like it just, yeah, he can't do it. So, they were taking me out of the matches, and I wasn't too into the matches so much in the first place because of the gimmicks. Because I just find them kind of cheap, and I don't like them. I don't like ladder matches at all, honestly. I'm not a big fan of ladder matches.
Well, we should talk about Miz and Ziggler then.
Did you not like that one then as well?
I did like the match. I will say that was the best work match of the whole thing. But I mean, how could it not be? Those two fucking are so good together that they can overcome gimmicks.
I really liked that it put Miz in a situation where he's got experience with ladders, but Ziggler's more crazy.
Yep.
After the whole you wrestle safe and like a coward, he's in a fucking ladder match now. The gimmick is to like scamper up and win, but it's also dangerous. So that's automatically putting levels into the character, and that's cool. Like what's going to happen? And I honestly saw that one going either way. I couldn't.
Yeah, and
I figured Miz would win, but I could again. Ziggler winning would not have shocked me at all.
And Miz is one of the last true heels in the fucking company too. Like he's just like a legit heel. He's a mean motherfucker. Once he gets,
he's mean. He's a dick. He's got a hot wife. He's better than you are in every way. You boo him. Everyone boos him.
Yeah. Once he gets his comebacks in, like once he gets an advantage, he just goes fucking dirty and mean. I love that. It's great.
So what did you guys think about the finish? Where it was basically just a low blow, just kicked him in the nuts and
two low blows.
I'm fine with that.
Great.
Because that is the point of like you were saying, Lee, wrestle the match. Yeah, no DQ, just kick him in the balls, climb up and get it.
Yeah.
Do it. But that's perfect for him.
It's just interesting how like you imagine like some kind of a crazy bump off the ladder or something involved in the ladder. Just a couple kicks to the nuts. That's all it takes.
Yep.
It's
that's
interesting.
That's why it was great.
Different
I
finish.
like it.
And that's the thing with this. It's like you can't be the match early on in the card that does all the super crazy bumps if it's a gimmick pay-per-view where every match is going to have crazy bumps.
Very true.
So you got to be more creative with your finishes.
Yep.
Although I would argue the main event, although it did have some pretty crazy spots, that one actually suffered from the gimmick where there was just spots where that fucking match just dragged for me, where I just couldn't watch it.
You didn't like the main event.
We'll get to that one
because
there's tag titles too.
Yeah,
but I just want to say that weird suplex flip onto chairs from AJ. I saw the GIF of that. I was like, "What the fuck was that?"
Yeah,
that was crazy, wasn't it? Yeah.
Well, Ambrose
like,
does that move.
Cool, but
that Ambrose does that move all the time, but obviously not on the chairs.
Yeah, but that was chairs.
Yeah, that was great. That was fantastic. Isn't that what tore like his pants open and you saw his asshole the rest of the match?
Yeah, AJ's ass cheek everywhere. That was I think that was the thing that did it. Yeah.
That was great. But let's hit the tag match real quick before we go into that. So
tag titles.
Were you guys shocked by this? Were you
Nope.
No. Expecting?
No.
I went in thinking crazy team's gonna win.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seemed right. But I was also thinking maybe it's Orton's plan to get in there and he'll take him up from within and cost him the match and the feud resumes. Nope. He's just a Wyatt now.
Yep. Yeah. No, I like it. I mean, Slater and Rhino, they were essentially a sort of a transitional
Yeah, they serve their
tag
purpose.
champs anyway. Yeah, they serve their purpose. I mean, they actually went farther than I thought they were going to go.
Yeah.
So I mean, there you go.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed their little run they got. I did not ever imagine in a million years that I would see Orton in the fucking Wyatt family and as a tag team champion.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Yeah,
Him
I,
and Wyatt.
I still. It feels,
But it's different.
It's definitely different. It feels so fucking weird. It definitely does. But
I want Orton to grow a big beard now.
Yeah. Well, do you see Big Show on Raw?
Yeah, Jesus Christ, he should
He
be in the
looked
White
like-
family, shouldn't
Yeah. He looked
Wow.
kind of like Eric Young, actually.
oh god,
he? Yeah,
He was a
and
giant Eric Young. It was weird.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, what's
giant
Eric Young doing? Wait, that's Big Show. What the?
Eric Young after human growth hormone injections. Yeah,
Exactly.
now
But no, like, hey, Bray Wyatt won a title.
yeah.
he sure did, and that's the thing that I was looking at. I saw Orton won the tag team title. I was like, okay, I feel like he's been the tag team champion with like a bunch of random people, right?
Yeah,
I
he had it
felt-
with Edge.
I know,
think,
and I went and
was.
looked, and this is only
That's
his
it, though, right?
second time. Yeah, this is his
Yeah.
second tag team title reign. His only other one was with Edge with Rated RKO, and
Yep.
I was shocked. I thought he had several tag team. I thought for sure him and Batista won the titles at some point.
No, that
was Ric
Batista and
Flair.
I know.
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah.
I was.
He was
shocked.
IC champ during that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But Bray Wyatt never even won shit in NXT.
yeah.
He's won nothing. So this is pretty crazy. And goddamn it, WWE.com, they didn't win gold. Those are silver belts.
Yeah.
Christ's sake.
Oh God.
There's not gold.
Oh, then
And
the Smack,
Raw
then the
ones
Raw
are
ones are
bronze.
copper, yeah, or whatever, yeah.
But they don't like saying straps or belts.
They won the gold. I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
what gold is it? But it's pretty cool to see Bray Wyatt finally win, even if it's like as the second team to win SmackDown tag titles. Like, okay,
Mm.
It took him
That's-
Randy Orton to win the title. It took him Randy Orton to win
Yeah.
the title. A title. But yeah,
Yeah,
so I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, you're right. I'm looking at the tag team title champions. It says with Luke Harper and Randy Orton as the Wyatt family. Yeah.
that's
the Freebird.
WWE.com announced that on Wednesday night, so it wasn't even during Talking Smack or anything. They're just like, yeah, they've enacted the Freebird rule, which makes it sound like they can pick if they want.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's three of us. We're all champs. But yeah, Luke Harper is officially a tag team champion along with them.
And he did
A little
nothing to win
different
it.
than what New Day had because they won it and it was like, yeah, all three. No, technically, Luke Harper was not champion for 3 days of their reign. If you want to get super anal about it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
So-
now what happens? Now
now Luke Harper has more WWE title reigns than Bray Wyatt now. That's,
yeah, because he
Mhm.
was IC champ too.
Yep.
And
Yep.
he and Rowan
Interesting.
were. Well, he and Rowan were NXT tag champions,
NXT,
and they've
yeah,
not
yeah.
mentioned Rowan at all in this. So he's part of this whole Wyatt thing, right? But they've
I
said
don't-
they
He's
haven't
still-
included him.
He's still
in
injured,
tag-
isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if he comes back, is he one too?
Could be.
I want Braun Strowman to be
We'll
like,
see.
I'm also a SmackDown
Yeah,
tag
he just
champion.
comes over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. But
Yeah, tag me in. Yeah, that's interesting how they have two free. Like, how
free
does that
tag-
happen? That's weird to me.
first, you have a brand split. Then you do it again 10 years later. Then
No,
like
no.
it's
Oh, yeah. I don't know. It just seems weird. Like it seems a little. Like why? Why can't Luke Harper do his own fucking thing? Like he can be with them, but do his own thing. But
well, he doesn't even like Orton being part of it.
Yeah, so I think that's the storyline. It's going to be
Yeah.
contention between the three of them, you know. But I agree. Luke Harper should have been skyrocketed before now. Into
Oh yeah, he's
singles.
he's
yeah.
great.
Seeing him and Brock was pretty great. Even like he's good.
Mhm.
So
Oh, he's so good, and he's no spring chicken either. He's in
No.
like I think his late 30s now.
well, we should have seen. Here's what I was thinking. We'd see Orton and Harper go at it over Bray's love, and
Yeah.
the winner takes the tag titles with them.
Yeah.
That'd be
Like
interesting.
back, that makes me think of like Sting and Giant back in WCW. They did something like that. I mean, there's no harm in redoing something similar, but it's the opportunity to do that because they don't like each other. These are not tag team champions that dislike each other. They don't trust each other, and they're also crazy people.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah. I do really hope that Harper at least gets one sort of like really major singles run or something before his career's over because
Yeah.
man, He's so talented, but he's a big man who flies, and he's just the potential for injury in this current WWE product where everyone flies around the fucking ring all the time. Man.
Well, speaking of flying, we can that's a good segue. I'll jump it here to the world title.
World title, huh? All right.
Yeah.
So did you like it? So Lee didn't care for it. What do you think?
I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it. I'm just saying, like, it was one of the lesser matches on the.
I had higher expectations for an AJ Styles TLC match.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have 3 hours of chairs and tables and ladders, oh look, it's all 3 at once.
Yeah.
The
Interesting.
specialness is a little lost. Still, I was blown away by animated pictures on the internet from Twitter about the fucking shit they were doing. It was pretty crazy. So I'm all for that. I'm glad AJ won. I had really no doubt he would.
Yeah, I mean,
It was good. It's
that 450 springboard that he did. That was fucking nuts.
Yep.
I don't know how they didn't kill each other doing that. Jeez.
Well, it looked like he almost smacked his face on the ground.
Yeah, he came in a little hot there. Yeah. But nah, he's probably done that like 20 times. He's fine.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, he's fine. But
now don't forget, I just want to throw this in because come on, remember when Undertaker came back to SmackDown before Survivor Series and said, "I'm back now all the time."
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen him since,
Yeah.
including on the SmackDown paper.
There
Where
was,
the hell is he?
There was a
You
there was
better
an
not
Undertaker
fuck
chant.
up.
There was an Undertaker chant during the main event. So I don't know if
Like,
people.
I'm
expected
back
him to
all
come
the time. Not seen since. Well, damn.
out. Well, you know.
Well, all the time hit for him is like 2 or 3 appearances a year instead of 1.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But
no,
anyway, I said
I was-
in there. What do you think of the main event?
I was hoping it wasn't me being biased, being an Ambrose fan, but I mean I loved it. I loved the main event. It showed the whole first. I would say maybe I wouldn't say 2/3, but a good first half of the match. Ambrose was like in control. That's why maybe like some people probably expected to see AJ do a little more, but the first half. Ambrose was in total control, took him, fought all over the arena, kind of like went up the ramp, went through the crowd and stuff. And there was one spot where I kind of got scared for a second, wondering, oh shit. The spot on the outside on the announcer tables when Ambrose put the title, the ladder on the announcer table and climbed up and sat down. I was like, that table could fucking just fall because you know how those fucking tables are.
People sit on them and they fall.
I know, and he's on top of a ladder sitting down. I was like, that would take just one fall and no telling how he would go down.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was on that thing for way too long. I was like, all right, dude, fucking jump. But yeah, that was a great elbow. He does good elbow drops. But I really liked everything about the match. That maybe me being a little biased since it's my man Ambrose, but AJ hit great spots. Ambrose did good with his. The ending was
Weird.
With
They explained it on Talking Smack.
Yeah,
They did,
kind of.
but
it
even
did.
that.
But hey, watch our other show to explain this show. No.
That
Yeah.
explanation was weird as well.
Yeah,
That
it's
makes
like-
sense, but he's also dumb.
Yeah.
Because we may as well throw it out there. James Ellsworth interfered, costing Ambrose the match because he's beaten AJ 3 times and figures I can do it a 4th time. He's the easier one to beat,
Yeah.
which makes sense
I guess, yeah.
if you're a crazy person like he apparently is.
Apparently, yeah.
But he didn't turn heel. He's still a good guy. He's
Yeah,
just
because he tried to, I guess on SmackDown, he tried to save Ambrose in the Miz match, but he fucked up and
Yep.
distracted Ambrose instead. Yeah.
yeah. So it's gotten weirdly interesting, but
Yeah.
I just have that weird kind of I want more from AJ's title reign than these even matches with Ambrose and non-title losses to Ellsworth.
Yeah.
I'd like and that one Cena triple threat. I'd like a little more out of that because we all know how much he can do.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I mean the match.
Just imagine a one-off with Harper or some shit, or an Orton match even. I never thought I'd say that,
Or,
but I'd be good
like,
to see that.
I may be weird here, but like Undertaker would be great if like him and
I
Undertaker.
want that so
That'd
much.
be fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Like if Undertaker
I-
shows back
yeah.
up, that is. But no, I feel like that kind of was it. Put a downer on the match. The match was to me really good, and the ending kind of just made it feel so weird. Like Ellsworth came out, and I saw everybody on Twitter saying, why didn't AJ just pull the title? He was standing right there next to the title, like on the ladder, and he just was staring at Ellsworth coming down the ring instead of pulling the title down. It was like,
yeah,
what?
That was the thing that goes to my comment about
Yep.
no logic in the booking in these things. Like, there were multiple times in that match where it's just so blatantly obvious, and that's the worst kind of ladder match, where it's just so blatant that the person has the perfect opportunity to grab the title and they don't do it.
Yep.
They go and do something stupid instead, like set up a ladder on the fucking table and do an elbow drop. Like, instead of putting the ladder out on in the ring and getting the title 1, 2, 3 when you can still walk, when you're not like trying to crawl up the damn ladder, you know.
I forget what match it was. It was like a Money in the Bank or something where they all started outside the ring and someone just ran out, got a ladder, ran in, set it up. It's like, oh shit, get him.
I think it was Miz.
It was probably Miz. I'm like, do that, more of that.
Yeah.
Good, yes. Because they don't get paid by the hour. That's an old, God, who used to say that? It was WCW.
And the one
But
thing,
it's yeah.
the one thing that I did not like from Ambrose in the main event was at the very end when Ellsworth shoved the ladder over and he went flying through the 2 tables. I don't know if you paid attention or not, but
He was looking.
Yes, Ambrose is supposed to be laid out, and the camera guy's right up in his face. And god damn it, Ambrose, if the camera guy's in your face, close your fucking eyes. Like, the whole time he's just like looking around. It's like, what the fuck? You're supposed to be knocked out, and you're sitting there looking around. Like, that definitely threw stuff off. I don't know how he would not have got like chewed out in the back for that. But
Yeah, later on, there was another shot where you could see where he actually closed his eyes.
Yeah.
and started to pretend like he was knocked out.
yeah,
So.
that was kind of a downer for me. Ambrose should have fucking known better than that. But I don't know. Other than that, the weird ending stuff, I did really enjoy the match. And as far as the event goes overall, surprisingly, man, I was like, TLC 1 week from I'm probably not gonna. It's like I'm probably not even gonna care. I'll just watch the main event. But I didn't. I watched the whole show, and I was surprised. It was a good show. It was a good overall show.
I gotta lean towards thumbs in the middle, going down kind of thing for me. A lot of the matches were good, but it's just the gimmick kills it for me, and honestly, I'm kind of burnt out again on the product after only watching a couple pay-per-views for
Gotcha.
for the
I'll
podcast.
agree with that. It seems superfluous.
Yeah, it's,
We didn't need a 3-hour SmackDown show 2 weeks after Survivor Series.
yeah, and that's what
Like,
had
we
me.
we
drained.
really shouldn't have. Like, we get the big pay-per-view in August, and then we get 2 in September, 2 in October, a big one in November, 2 in December. Like, no, don't do 2 a month like that.
Yeah.
We don't need Raw and SmackDown to both get
And
one.
guess what?
So,
The next big 4 pay-per-view is next month. So I mean,
Yeah.
well, there's Roadblock in the
well,
meantime.
of course, Roadblock's in there.
In the
Like, I
line.
when Matt was talking about it on his Reckless Wrestling one, he's like, "Yeah, it's the last show of the year." I'm like, "No, it ain't. There's still Roadblock in 2 weeks."
Yeah. Man.
But that's I think that's to it. Are people really thinking it's too much? Absolutely. It's kind of saturating a little bit. I'll compare it to UFC again.
No.
They used to have maybe 1 show every month,
Yeah.
maybe
No.
even less.
Yeah,
Uh,
UFC, I see what you're saying.
but
yeah.
but now they just have so many of it. It's like you don't watch every NFL game. They're not all for you. UFC is the same idea. They might have one in Australia, one in China at the same time, but they have their digital stuff. You can watch them all. So I watch all the UFC because I like it, and it's still manageable.
Yeah, I like
but
UFC.
wrestling, you've got 3 hours Monday, 2 hours, then 3 hours because of the 205, plus the Talking Smacks, that's 6, and then the pay-per-views, and there's NXT. And the problem there is, it is all for you because they all kind of chain off each other, so you can't really miss anything because they do all connect, and that is a bit of a problem.
And
in
what
that
makes it
mentality.
even worse is if you're a big wrestling fan and you like watching companies other than the WWE as well.
Oh, yeah.
Your entire week is eaten up watching fucking wrestling. Like, you got ROH, you got TNA, you got New Japan. It's just there's no time for anything else.
CZW.
Like,
That is why I
I
don't
don't
watch.
know what that is.
Like, I used to watch the shows all the time, but like, you want to watch the pre-shows on top, and I mean, Survivor Series and SummerSlam were 4-hour shows with 2-hour pre-shows, and they're doing
Yeah.
Talking Smack or Raw Talk and shit on top of that. Like,
Yeah.
I get it. A UFC show will start at like 5 or 6 and go till 2 in the morning because they have 12 fights.
Yeah.
And I get that. But that's okay. That was that Saturday. There might be another one next Saturday, not tomorrow and Monday and they all connect.
I got a question. Lee, are you into UFC?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, that's interesting because nobody else that I've had on the show has been in a UFC besides me. So I don't think Matt Zion. I know Matt Zion doesn't like it. Rab's not a fan. Peanut doesn't like it. So that's interesting.
I know the arguments have always been, why bother watching it when it could be over in a minute? Or why watch a boring 15-minute decision? I kind of get that. Well, that's a general thing. And with wrestling, like, you're going to get 3 hours of entertainment. That's always the quote. Win or loss, you're going to get something.
I watch UFC because they generally do pro wrestling better than pro wrestling does pro wrestling at this point.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's kind of it. Like, the way the wrestling is it's going to be there regardless. Like, they announced the show. We're going to be in Manchester on July 8th. Who's going to be there? Oh, we're going to be there. Buy a ticket, and they'll sell out. Yeah, the UFC almost got there. They announced a show for, like, I think it was Denver in January. They canceled it because they had no main event set. They never announced a card with an on-sale date without anybody on it, and they stopped that one before it got any further. They always say, you'll get to see George St. Pierre or Brock Lesnar or whoever. They haven't gotten to that point yet, but you can tell they want to. They want to be able to exist on their brand, and they're this close. And I always like boxing, but it's whatever. You follow UFC for a bit, you get to know the guys, you get excited seeing, he's going to step up and fight this guy now. It's like wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you see a guy like Conor McGregor talk shit, or Nick Diaz talk shit.
He does the McMahon walk.
Yeah. I mean, those guys are, like, most of them are all pro wrestling fans, and they've taken the best stuff from pro wrestling and implemented it into selling themselves
and they admit
UFC. It. And they admit it. And
they freely admit it. Chael Sonnen got his from, like, the Rock and Gorgeous George and Sammartino.
He trained as a pro wrestler. I mean, and I mean, even Ken Shamrock back in the day was doing pro wrestling before he even came to the WWE.
Josh Barnett still does. Dan Severn. Hell, Rashad Evans trained with Dan Severn as a pro wrestler. That's part of where
NWA champion in the 90s.
Yep. Wow. So yeah, I mean, it's at the same time I get it. It's like you really get to see 6 hours of who's this guy if you don't follow it. And I get that. Same thing. But if I watch a football game, I'll be like, who are these guys? I don't care. Oh, they're great. Or are they? You got to be invested in it. Wrestling is a hell of an investment. And in its up and down, I still follow it and love the history and watch it. So it's all good. But it's like, man, I don't want to spend 10 hours a day on it.
So overall, I gave it a good rating. Well, not like a great. Anyway, I enjoyed the show.
It's more positive than negative.
That's what I was going to ask. What was your view on it, Scott?
More positive than negative. But like I don't regret the show, but it didn't really seem necessary either.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with some of the SmackDown ones. Like, hey, let's give them 3 hours. Why?
Yeah, I mean, how
about just make SmackDown be like the must-watch? Have some of the stuff happen on the SmackDowns
to me,
or the Raws. That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
But they do that. No DQ match on Raw. Okay. Now pay-per-view.
And
Why?
Great. That was great.
It's great, but just do it there.
True. All right, so right after the TLC pay-per-view, I watched Talking Smack, and I discovered something while I was watching. I watched the Raw talk after, I think it was it after Hell in a Cell? When was the very first Raw talk? Does anybody know? It was after one of the pay-per-views.
I think it was Hell in a Cell. Or just after Raw. I can't remember, but
whatever it was, I watched the first one of those, and it was good. It was Booker T was hilarious in it, but anyway, that was good. I've seen a few of the Talking Smacks in the past. They're okay, but I've been watching a few more and more, and after watching a lot of SmackDown, I have came to the conclusion on one thing. As unpopular as it may be, and this doesn't prove true to what Matt Zion's been saying about me, but Daniel Bryan is unfucking watchable in my opinion.
I know what you're saying.
Agree with me or not? He cannot fucking act. I don't care what anybody says. He fucking sucks.
There is an aspect of him where it's like you're trying a little too hard.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem natural in a lot of ways.
It's
Some stuff
gross.
does, and it is natural, but some stuff I can't put my finger on it. But yeah,
It's gross.
When people are feeding him lines, he can't fucking do it. I will agree with that.
I think it's bouncing off someone. Yeah,
I've seen him do really great promos, and that's been in other companies where he
I
had
believe that.
where
Well,
he didn't have to have shit fed to him. So.
I liked his stuff when it was him and CM Punk
Mhm.
back during their title feud. I really liked
Sure.
that in WWE. Even when Rock came out, like that was good. That was all natural, but that was like it seemed like they kind of knew where they were going. But when
Yeah.
he's out there with Miz, he can't keep up with him.
No, Miz is too good.
Miz is
Miz
crazy
has
good.
always been a great talker.
Now, the thing with Miz on the new one, the latest one, it was like, you said I was lazy. I'm not lazy. I'm there at 6 a.m. doing
Yeah.
radio and this and this, this. And Brian, to his credit, and I was on board with this, is like, yeah, you're good at that stuff. You're lazy in the ring.
Sure, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, yes, that's exactly it. You're good at everything else, but you suck here. It's Miz is, I say it again, he's like a modern Flair. He really
Don't
is.
ever compare Miz to Ric Flair, please. Oh my god.
He's a modern.
I will attack someone.
He is the modern era of that.
I will powerbomb my dog through my fucking window. But
The Miz is the modern Ric Flair.
No.
I am saying it.
Oh my
Because
god.
Look at it. You can put those side by side and you can see it. When he's there, like on those old WCW, NWA shows where he's like, Mr. Cameraman, come over here. Miz did it. It literally is the idea of I'm the cocky prick. I'm better than you. I back up what I say. Look at my hot wife. I'm the champion at all
Sure.
these things.
Sure.
I am so great at this.
Sure.
Try and beat me. You probably can beat him, but good luck doing it because he can outthink you and outsmart you and outdo this. And he actually is good. He's not as good as Flair was at it, but
In
he is
ring,
easily
he's-
the best at it right now.
In
In
ring,
that
he's
sense.
not as good, and on the mic, he's not as good. But he's fucking damn great on the mic, and I definitely agree.
That's good.
He's very much
the
in the
mic.
mold as a modern Ric Flair. He very much takes that. He's very much the same kind of character, and he does a great job at it. And he's been just excelling with his IC title run. Like this is the best stuff he's ever done, and
He
he's
is
just
gonna hurt my
fucking
heart.
man. Get over it.
Oh man. But
And look, he's the one true heel.
he is
Yeah.
he is
Like
slowly
you said, he is
winning me
like
over.
people love seeing Braun Strowman beat up guys. They
Yeah.
might boo him, but it's like, oh, he killed him. Good. Yeah, no Miz. Oh, fuck him.
Nobody likes seeing
No
the
one
Miz
likes
do
Miz.
stuff. They all boo him.
Yeah.
Like no one cheers for that guy.
And it's not
They
even
fucking hate
like X-Pac type heat. It's
no.
boo. I don't like you because you are making me not like you in a good way. Like it's accurate, proper heel heat.
Yep.
Well, if that's
Yeah,
what he's
he-
doing to me, then good job. He's doing
Yep.
good.
That's
'Cause I don't
that
fucking
that
like
is
him.
what makes
Miz versus Ambrose.
Well, that's weird.
That happened.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was a ladder. That was an IC title match,
Yeah.
Yep.
and Miz won. That's
course.
he can lord that over. It doesn't matter how it won. He still beat him.
Yep.
He beat the number one contender since the summer. He beat a former world champion.
Well, he was. I mean,
That's just
he's-
more for him.
So,
Yep.
bottom line, Daniel Bryan, yeah, he's a piece of shit. And, no,
But no, you're right.
no, even
it-
even like at Survivor Series, for an example of how horrible this guy's fucking acting is. There was a scene. They did a thing where Natalya was hurt backstage. Do you remember that? Natalya was hurt. She couldn't go out to. Or sorry, no. Sorry,
Nikki.
Nikki was hurt, and Natalya was there. Sorry, and he's like, Natalya, the women's match is happening. It's coming up next, and you should go do it. Go now. And it's like that was the worst cringy, like, what am I watching? Shit I've ever seen. It was.
Yeah, I mean, they're feeding him lines and he can't do it.
Oh, he makes
Well,
me
that's what
cringe.
happens when you take a pure wrestler and you give him an acting role.
I know.
You
Like
would've
Benoit
got this-
wasn't good at it either.
I know.
Yeah, Dean Malenko or something like
I
that.
know.
Like
Yeah, not everyone can
That's-
be like Kurt Angle and actually
That's
pull
what's,
this shit off.
that's what's
Yeah.
funny to me. People are giving, like, for example, I'm gonna oh man, I'm gonna stick this knife right in that wound. I am gonna like Roman Reigns. Everybody gives Roman Reigns shit, and he can't do this. And Roman Reigns can go out there and put on some great fucking matches. He can do his shit. He goes out there.
Yep.
He's getting better on the mic. He's doing his thing, and people are cheering for him. Like I was at Raw. There, he had a lot. He had plenty of people cheering for him. A lot of people booing him. But I would rather watch Roman Reigns at any point right now than I would ever watching Daniel Bryan be commissioner or GM or whatever the fuck they want to put him in 24/7 all day.
Roman, when he's out there trying to be the comedic big heel or a good guy, like we talked about that. That's not what you want to see from an 8-foot monster. But when he's out there being a dick to Rusev at the wedding cake, I'm like, that's good. That's good.
Because
it looks right. It looks right for that.
Yeah, because he is a fucking dick. When he was in the Shield, he was the big monster dick, and that's what got him over, you know.
And like when he was talking, like I still bring this up every time, but the night after WrestleMania, when all these challengers came out, he's like, "What the fuck are you guys doing here?" Like I'm the guy. What? Sami Zayn came out. What? You don't belong here. I was like, yes, that's him. And I don't mean that's his personality, but it just came off right.
Yeah.
It fit everything. But then he's like, "Hey, look at me. I'm a cool guy." It's like, no. One, cool guys don't say that.
He doesn't.
But also, cool. That looks so stupid for you doing that.
He doesn't look cool. He doesn't look like a baby face. He looks like a fucking dick.
He looks like
But he can be an absolute baby face. I always say it in a Goldberg way. Just go there and destroy people. Don't talk much. Beat someone up. Be like, fuck him. That's all you got to do, and it works. And the people, that's why they boo. They want that out of him. That's what I want. Anyway.
And the company doesn't want to make him do that. They want to make him the next John Cena, which people are just going to shit on.
Ironically, they have.
Yeah.
But either way, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
we've heard your Daniel Bryan stuff. We get it.
No. I've never said this before. This is all different.
It's all different.
It's all different. I'm telling you, I do not hate Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan's one of my favorites. He's a bad actor.
He's fucking. He makes it unwatchable to me. He makes it unwatchable.
When he's allowed. But when he's allowed to speak his heart and he's not being scripted, then he's perfectly fine. I mean, his retirement speech.
Well, that's a whole different.
And that's the point, though. Some people can make shit work. He can't.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate that he's on.
And
every
the other
show
part too.
Doing
the other part of it too is your Daniel Bryan's on TV. Yeah, I don't want to see him talk. I want to see him wrestle. He can't wrestle. I don't want to see it then.
There you
go.
That's the root of it.
The scripting is ruining everybody. I mean, even Mick Foley is becoming quite cringy in his commissioner role. Like, it's not as good. Yeah. It's just not good. So,
by the way, he came out a lot at Raw. It seemed like he came out like 3 or 4 times. I'm like, holy shit, Foley, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah.
He was all over Raw. Almost as much as Daniel Bryan, but on SmackDown.
Walk it back a little, Foley.
Yeah. Anyways, anything else about TLC? Any of that kind of stuff before we get into our final segment here? Anybody got any final things? Yes, no.
Well, we could try to predict Roadblock, but they haven't even finalized all that yet. So
no, they only have 3 matches.
I'm just going to say there's going to be no title changes, but who knows with the women? They might after all. But
that's the thing. Charlotte is undefeated on pay-per-view one-on-one matches, by the way.
That's why I'm kind of thinking Sasha's going to win it.
That would be a big turning point. End of the line.
Because Charlotte's going to get the first pin, continuing that, but then suddenly, no, when it really matters, no.
Yeah, never know.
So if it was a normal match, she would have. But that's how Sasha's able to overcome. She can last longer in that scenario. Boom. Wrote the story.
We'll try to... judging by if we can get everybody on here for our next show. By the way, our next show, we're going to be doing, hopefully, a Christmas show, a little bit closer to fucking Christmas. And, Peanut has provided us with a Christmas theme song. So,
which is good.
Yeah.
Really good.
He doesn't have any lyrics, but I think I'm going to go back and I'm going to spice it up a little bit for us. So, it should be good.
Now, unfortunately, depending, I am going to be out of town for part of that toward Christmas. But if there's picks, I'll send them in. You can let me know.
Okay. All right. So we'll break that down a little bit later on, but let's get into our I guess a little new segment here that we came up with. I was hoping we had a couple more extra people to throw their discussions into the hat here, but here we go. We're going to be calling this segment the best in the business. A friend of mine kind of gave me this idea. Appreciate that, Glenn, by the way. A little shout out there for you. But we each show we're gonna pick a topic, and we're gonna decide, in our opinions, of course, who is the best in the business at a certain thing, a certain it could be move, it could be promo, it could be anything. But anyway, the first topic is going to be the best uppercut in the business. Who in professional wrestling over the years, in your opinion, has the best uppercut in the business?
Now we should oddly clarify that what is now simply known as an uppercut is a European uppercut.
Yeah.
Because for the longest time, it was a European uppercut. Now it's just an uppercut.
Really?
That's
Okay.
only been that's very recent. I'm just thinking of it now. I'm like, oh shit, yeah. I didn't even realize it until right now, but it used to be called a European uppercut.
Every
and
uppercut was European uppercut?
No, because an uppercut is just a punch thrown underneath from below.
But under the chin.
That's an uppercut. That's a true uppercut. Is you punch under the chin.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's an uppercut.
But the
This,
European
you're talking like the European uppercut is like the bicep lift.
yeah, it's like the forearm or bicep, like not only hitting the chest but coming up under the chin as well at the same time.
Which Cesaro is the one everyone knows of for that. He does it
Yeah.
off the ropes. He does
Sure,
the
of
lifting
course.
one.
That's who Matt
That's
Zion-
the uppercut we're talking about here. And Matt Zion would say numbers 1 through 9 are Cesaro, and 10 is Claudio Castagnoli.
Yeah.
That's his great partner.
Yeah, I was, and I kept
it's
telling
not-
him, I was like, everybody, keep your pick secret. We'll reveal it
Yeah.
on the show. And of course, he fucking ruins it as soon as I said that, within 5 seconds. Cesaro. I'm like, God damn
but
it.
at the same time, it's one of those ones where it's like, well, who else would you list? Like, if you said clotheslines, you could get everyone from like fucking JBL to Demolition. Who knows?
Hey,
But
that might be a
uppercut.
topic next time.
Yeah, you should do it.
I
But-
could do a clotheslines list as well, boys.
Yeah,
go.
clothesline's easy.
Well,
Clothesline's
hey.
way easier. But
This is
uppercut,
unstoppable. We can do this anytime.
it's honestly it's Cesaro or that one that I linked on Twitter the other day. I forget who that even was, but I'm like, hey, look, an uppercut,
Dude, that
It's
shit
great.
was great. That was a
That's
fucking
good.
great uppercut.
Was that Oni Lorcan? I think it was. Boom! Like,
not
oh
sure.
shit,
Yeah,
look at that.
Arnie Lorcan's pretty good.
I don't know who it was, but I was like, I tagged you in it. I'm like, look. I was so excited. It was a great uppercut.
It was.
I don't even know who it was, but it was good.
It was against, it was against Swan.
But really, I think like Regal does a good one. I think.
Yes.
Brett kind of did what he called a lifter. I think he did. But it's Cesaro is the one, but I forget who used to do what was called the European uppercut.
No.
It's bugging me now because I'm like, who the hell was that? But it was WWF 90s. I forget.
90s.
But
it wasn't. Was it? And they called it the European uppercut.
Yes.
Was it somebody that just was it
It
somebody
wasn't
during the European title reign? Was it somebody like that in that time frame?
It might. I think it was
Like,
Owen. Actually,
Was it Owen or D'Lo?
I'm pretty sure it was Owen. It wasn't Bulldog. I'm pretty
Was
sure
it
it was
Bulldog?
Owen. Now that I think about it. It was
Yeah,
Owen. 'Cause I remember him kind of shoving and hitting it, and almost like turning away as he did it. I'm pretty sure it was Owen.
Yeah,
and
I'm
that's
pretty
the one you
sure.
get.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Owen used to do it. I know David Boy really didn't do that.
No,
So-
he was more like the overhand punch
Yeah.
guy. But I think Owen was the one where I really first that's a cool move. He's punching him with his flexing arm, just boom. That was neat, and took the whole head off. It was cool. But I mean, it's the Cesaro show. It really, really, really is.
I kept Cesaro off my list actually because
I think Cesaro tainted my list. I can't think of anybody else, but I'll be like, oh yes,
Well,
of course.
I mean, it's your
When you
opinion.
say it,
If
so.
if you think Cesaro's got the best uppercut, I mean, go Cesaro.
I can't think of anybody else, but I'll happily be proven or remembered.
Well,
wrong.
here's the thing. The way Cesaro does his stuff, he's overexposed the move to the point where it doesn't mean anything anymore.
Correct.
Yep.
I do agree with that.
And I mean, when he's doing multiple ones in a match and he still can't win the goddamn match, what good is the move?
Like 55 in a row.
It doesn't look tough. There
It
was
looks cool as shit, but it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, there was a small period where he was actually getting finishes off it, which is what they should have done. If they wanted to make it his finisher, then that would have worked. But
Yeah, you could have hit
don't-
that
they
thing
didn't
as
do it.
quick as a super kick. Just boom, you're dead.
Yeah, it would have been just like super kick or a fucking diamond cutter or something like that, where you just pull it out of nowhere, right? But no, it doesn't work. So my list is quite far away from Cesaro.
I don't know who you got.
Yeah, who you got?
So okay, well, I've got a top five, and I'll start at five.
Sure.
First one I'm going to go with is William Regal.
Okay.
Just classic stiff European uppercuts. Everything Regal does looks really stiff and hard, and it works really well.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably him and Owen I was thinking of, actually, because thinking now Regal's WCW ones, he would just murder people with that thing. Just boom. Because he would almost body check as he did it.
My number 4 pick is Doug Williams, who's probably more well known for being in TNA than anything else, although he kind of floundered in TNA like just about everyone who's talented and went through TNA did.
Yeah.
But Doug Williams he's built like a fucking fire plug or whatever. But he's just got this really stout European uppercut. He'll do like top rope ones as well, coming off the top, and really good. Third one I would mention would be Dynamite Kid.
Really?
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, Dynamite Kid, especially when he'd like bust him out back in his days in like New Japan when he didn't have all the extra weight on from the steroid use. That guy he murdered people, and like he legit murdered people in the ring because he was a fucking bully who stiffed people in the ring too. So
he was a small guy, but usually he was bigger than the others, so he would obliterate people with that thing. Yeah.
Yeah, just vicious. Like everything he did looked vicious, but his European uppercuts are vicious. My number 2 would be Fit Finlay.
Fit
I would,
Finlay.
Of course. I feel bad for forgetting him.
I would not want to take a fucking move from Fit Finlay, European uppercut or anything else. Everything he did was just like so solid and snug and nasty looking. And my number 1 would be, and I don't know, maybe some people wouldn't even know who this person is, but Billy Robinson.
I have no idea who that is. I'm gonna type that.
I know, but I had never saw his stuff, so I wouldn't have thought. But
Yeah, he's passed on now, but
Fabulous Kangaroos.
Billy Robinson. Okay.
Great.
Billy Robinson and was it Offer
yeah,
Hayes?
I think so. Yeah.
Or no, Patterson. I think it was Pat Patterson.
But Billy Robinson's a classic British wrestler. Just an amazing talent. I mean, if you actually watch his matches and see the stuff he does in the ring, like he's doing a lot of these like awesome transitions and mat wrestling stuff that you actually kind of see broken out in some of the cruiserweight matches and stuff these days. Like he was kind of a real innovator as well. His European uppercuts are fucking massively hard looking. Like just, I don't know how he wasn't actually knocking people out with them in the ring.
See a bunch of matches on YouTube here. I got Billy Robinson versus Nick Bockwinkel, Vern Gagne.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And your list reminded me of Nigel McGuinness.
Nigel McGuinness did great ones too. Like
his were good. I knew his was Desmond Wolfe, but when you said Williams, I'm like, oh yeah, fuck. His as Wolfe against Angle. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And Kurt Angle actually throws a mean fucking Euro uppercut too.
And hell, I think Daniel Bryan as well did.
Yeah.
He didn't have the same sting because he was always lower, but
yeah.
So,
but,
that's a good list. That's a good, especially going back, getting some relatively unknowns. I like that. That's good stuff. Give some people to go do a little research. That'd be nice. So here's my thing. When we talked about uppercuts, I was, of course, I pulled from a regular uppercut. Is that not a good thing to do?
You could do that because I can think of a couple people right now that would work with as well.
When we talked about best uppercuts in the business, one jumped out instantly. I didn't even have to even remotely think of anyone else.
I've got an automatic one too.
Good. Well, let's throw them out here. I'll throw mine out first time since I haven't thrown another one out. But if we were doing strictly European uppercuts, I mean, I haven't seen anybody hit uppercuts better than Cesaro if we're doing strictly European. So if we're going to do that, I would have to throw my name into the Cesaro hat. But that's not my pick would still top that as far as like overall uppercuts go, and that would be my pick. Kane. Not gonna lie,
Kane does a great one.
Kane
he does a great one.
Is fucking phenomenal with his uppercuts. They always look vicious. His slap is always perfect. And dude, Kane has some phenomenal uppercuts. Always looks brutal. Always looks great. That would be my pick for the best uppercut in the business. Would be Kane.
Matt is rolling in his car with the placenta at the
He probably is, but no,
loving Kane. But no, you're right.
Not even he can't even disagree with that. Kane has a phenomenal uppercut.
See, to me at the same time, it looks like it's just like a slap or a little stabby knife edge.
I mean, it sounds kind of. He's got the slap because
it's like Goldust.
Goldust has a good uppercut. I mean, it kind of comes more like a down and from the side, almost like a side pitch, like a pitcher throwing sidearm. But it's definitely an uppercut. But
for a normal old school uppercut, Vader
did a great one.
When he's in the corner mauling you, he starts throwing those involved. Yeah, that's mine. Vader just starts to maul you like a bear. That's boom, boom, boom. He should be in the Hall of Fame, by the way.
He will.
He will be because he's dying.
Yeah,
I think he would. Even though he is dying, and he will probably get in now because of that. He was going to get in eventually.
Absolutely. But it's one of those cases like don't macho this. Get him in first.
Yeah,
because that was a weird accident, but just put him in. Just put him in.
I mean, he's trying to
reached out the DDP too. By the way, he was 100 pounds.
I was about to say, yeah.
So we might be able to keep it going, but just do it. Fucking do it now.
Yeah, but if I was gonna just pick like standard uppercut, I'd say Big Boss Man.
Oh,
Boss Man's good. Undertaker actually similar to Kane in his way too.
True. Man, Big Boss Man, that's a good uppercut.
Big
Boss Man.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. Yeah,
that slide out of the ring thing. That fucking that guy could fucking move for a big man. Holy shit!
Big Boss Man. He was one of my top 5 back in the day. He was one of my favorites. He's definitely one of my favorites. It's fucking amazing. But yeah, guys. We plan on doing one of these each show. We'll do different topics. This show was uppercuts. Who the hell knows? Hey, who knows? I'm pretty sure we'll probably get clotheslines in there at some point. We talked about that. There's like unlimited amount of things we can pick.
I like clothesline. It seems a little more open because everyone does it.
Sure.
There's a few who do it as a finisher, and they're all so different. So that could be a fun one.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be good stuff. But guys, I think that may do it. What do you guys think? Anything else to touch on?
I think we should all go out on a prediction of if New Day's going to lose before the record, or if they're going to keep the record.
I can see that. Yeah,
because that's literally coming up for Monday. That's days away from when this goes live.
That's right.
I think they're going to keep it, but at the same time, I could see something just be like, take it away. 2 days shy, take it away.
That would be bad.
Oh, I don't. But who replaces them as tag champs? I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a triple threat. It's a triple threat. What if the club beat the other team who I forget's even in it, and New Day is even in the pinfall, and they lose? No shit.
Let me see.
It's perfect. It's almost too good. So I think they're going to do it just because they did the same thing with beating AJ's record. When
I'm gonna
lost right after. I think they're gonna do it to keep the record, but I want Demolition out there. I want the titles to be cost somehow, and it's just that's something that can last forever in just getting that shy.
It's Cesaro and Sheamus are the other team in the triple threat.
Thank you. Yes, I want them as tag champs.
Yeah, I do at some point. Yeah, they're a good team.
Yeah,
I'm gonna call for Demolition comes in, but they fail to stop them from losing the titles, and then of course New Day just goes super fucking heel after that.
That would be cool, just to like even just to put them out as a thought of, oh fuck, here they come, like they're definitely gonna screw them over, like something like that, just to have the thought and then have them overcome. Yeah, that would be sweet.
Yeah, because Edie and Darso can still work. They're still working the indies to this day. So
and also they belong in the Hall of Fame.
Yep, and that would be a good. And they need bodies to fill that Hall of Fame, man. Like they're running out of bodies. So
I mean, fucking Coco Beware's in the Hall of Fame before Demolition. Fuck you.
We could do a whole fucking show on talking shit about the Hall of Fame because
I think we should.
I hate how many people they put in each year. That's so fucking.
I
stupid.
hate the choices they make over the ones they should.
Yeah,
sure.
I'm fine with putting in 10 a year.
No,
they don't put in 10.
They're gonna run out.
No.
Yeah.
If they put in 5 or 6 or 7 a year and they still haven't put in Demolition,
Well, that's bullshit. that they don't have
There's
Demolition.
problems. That's what I mean. You could put in that many and still have. You could have had Jake the Snake and Ultimate Warrior in long before when they went.
Oh, I do agree. And Macho Man.
And Macho Man. Vader's not in.
Yeah.
They had WrestleMania in like Georgia, and they didn't put in Vader with WCW. What?
And here's
They could have gone in with Sting. No, not yet. No.
Here's the thing. So like they own the WCW tape library and all that shit. So now they can legit put Vader in for his really good run as opposed to his WWF run, which
bullshit.
was
I
garbage.
want a Vader Blu-ray. Give me that. Goldberg could go in at some point.
Yep.
That's like Lesnar, will Taker. I mean, this is obviously a show of its own, but there's so many they can put in easily. And I get they want to stagger it, but that doesn't mean you put in filler too. Love him or hate him, 1, 2, 3 Kid, Sean Waltman. He kind of should have been in by now.
Should be, yep.
He'll
Not
go
in, though.
I think he'll go in. Yeah, he'll go in.
Yeah,
eventually.
but let's put in Coco.
You got to put the whole click in.
I mean,
you gotta
Boss
get them all in
Man,
there.
cool. Godfather, all right. JBL isn't. There's just weird choices. So yeah, that we gotta get that show ready for March, April time frame.
near,
You gotta
Hall
pencil
of
that
Fame
thing
time.
in because we can definitely go crazy on that.
But as far as I think New Day will get they'll definitely like Cesaro and Sheamus. Could they win on Monday? Maybe. The club.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, wouldn't that be the biggest fuck you to the world? Like they have the club lose every single show, and then they have them win the titles to end the reign right before the record. But no, I think New Day.
That.
I picked New Day to win. Yeah.
Look at it this way. Like if they go in, if they win or not, Kofi Kingston is going to go in the Hall of Fame at some point.
Kofi Kingston. We talking about Hall of Fame? Kofi Kingston?
No, I'm linking that. Think of his accolades and what he's done and this record and shit. Yeah, that's the kind of guy that'll get in there at some point if he wins this or loses this. The other guys, it's going to be like a huge thing for them too.
Yeah.
I see Demolition coming out and interfering.
That'd be awesome.
Or being like the last challenger. That would be amazing. Like, you want the record, you got to go through us. And they do easily. Which makes them heels, because people loved seeing Demolition back. Okay, now what? Like, what if they just do a fucking gauntlet that keeps going?
I mean, that'd be cool.
Because there's no other things. What if they go to SmackDown and lose there with 1 day left?
That would be great. But they just...
Like, what? Like, that'll never happen. But
no, it won't.
there's no... The record happens on Wednesday. Go to NXT. They should just go nuts with this shit. Do it. Like, it's the one chance to do it.
Yep. But instead, it's just all...
Instead, let's be on Raw, and they'll
It's gonna be
have
Raw.
it like, hey, .com, they have record. Yay. And on
And then-
Raw, look, they have record.
And then they're going to
And they
lose
lose
the
that
titles at Roadblock. Then they'll lose the titles at Roadblock.
Yeah.
To who?
The club. No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, you're...
can't
You know what? No, you're probably right.
Yeah, because that's the one that totally makes no sense. So that's the one the WWE do. Oh, we swerve the fans again. God damn it.
Some swerves are good, but
That one would
one.
elevate the club and devalue the titles, but
Yeah. But all right, guys. I think that should do it, guys. First of all, thank you guys for showing up, because everybody else are a bunch of assholes getting placenta and being sick and shit.
Yeah.
Screw
those are
guys.
unrelated incidences, by the way.
Yeah, totally unrelated.
Although I do predict some sickness after they start chewing into that placenta meat.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Hopefully,
But no, you've got the Canadian historians here, is what our group is.
yeah, I'm still calling you guys, like it or not, I'm calling you guys the outsiders. Like it or
We're
not.
taking over.
Yep, like it or
Yeah.
not, and you are.
Eh?
You are.
We're taking over, eh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
If you don't mind, if it's not too much trouble, we're taking
It's okay.
over.
We're sorry if it's not good.
Yeah.
Oh God. Fucking Canadians. Anyway, how can we get some of your guys' content? What are you guys into nowadays? Huh? You get the little gist there?
We
That's right.
earned it. History's being made.
Yeah. Scott.
My stuff's on guiltypleasurecinema.com. It is movie reviews. It's also on YouTube, Cyclops Scott. There are 2 S's there. That's my Twitter handle. It's on Facebook. You search Guilty Pleasure Cinema, you'll find it. I review the movies you're embarrassed to love. So check that out. There's all sorts of stuff on there. And even some food stuff for Matt. It's on Reckless Eating. You're already there. You know that. So
Yeah. And if you like to hear a podcast about movies, go to tmbdos.podbean.com and you can find my podcast, They Must Be Destroyed on Sight. And that's all. I don't care if you go to my YouTube channel or not. I don't give a fuck about that shit anymore. But
Got him. Nice. Cool. Well, I don't really have anything else to plug. If you want to follow us on Twitter, that'd be great. That's at Jobber Radio. And if you're listening, oh, you know what? I was actually going to bring this up I'll bring it up on the next episode. I'm going to bring up some reviews that we've actually got on iTunes, which I didn't know we had.
Nice.
I
cool.
randomly went
Yeah.
and looked, and we'll read some reviews that we got. If you guys are listening, if you're still listening right now, because it's by the end of the show, usually you probably turn it off by now. But anyway, hey, give us some reviews. We do appreciate them, and I'm going to tell you right now, guys, just a little teaser for the next episode. We are sitting at 5 stars right now, or we're rated at 5 stars.
Well, and also here's the thing you should know. If you do a review on iTunes and you're from a different country other than the USA, please let Bomber know so he can switch his region on iTunes and actually read your review.
Oh, wait,
because
what?
reviews are region blocked on iTunes.
Wow, I was unaware of that.
Yeah, so if you get Canadian reviews, you won't be able to read them unless you switch your region to Canada.
Oh my God, I was totally. We might have more. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I have to check that out.
Also, people should send more uppercut pictures of Jobber Radio.
There you go.
Uppercut
Do
pictures.
it. Continue what I did. Send all the uppercuts.
There we go. Cool. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed. We will be back, hopefully, with a nice Christmas episode, Christmas-themed episode. I don't know how that's going to be possible, but we'll see what we can do. We will see what we can do. But I think that's going to be it, guys. Let's head out of here.
Yeah.
Sounds
Peace.
good.
Bye,
I'll be
everyone.
skipping that one. See you in the new year.